Recording in progress.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I see Andrea, Ruth, welcome, welcome. And I want to say welcome to every single one of you because what I have for you guys in store is something amazing. I know Ruth already went through this, so she knows is coming. But Andrea, whatever is coming is something amazing. We're going to be talking about eight pearls, pearls of wisdom. Things that actually changes us and makes us different. So let's start the slide and go slide by slide. So Mahatma Gandhi said, live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as you were to live forever. Hold on a minute. So in our lives, we as we were growing up and kind of moving through life, we had a lot of words said, and every word has a power. And we heard the words like worthless, angry, sad, upset, useless, and there's just many words that has been spoken. And see, those words have power, and when they land in our mind and our mind attracts them, it starts feeding on those words. It starts uh, creating our life around those words. And a lot of times, we want to achieve greatness. We came to achieve greatness. But no matter what we do, it always just one thing. We just not able to, we just not be able to break out. It's just something holds us down, and I'll be sharing today and showing you what's holding us down, what's happening. But those words is actually there's a lot of things that's in our life that actually happen, and what's happening that's actually hold us down and does not allow us to move forward. So let's move forward and see, what things are happening. But here, let's watch this short video. As you know, we probably all have heard, "You're not good enough," but I know we are amazing.
I'm not good enough. It's what we tell ourselves every single day. And we get a reminder from the media, from television, from social media of that fact. And I understand how that feels. It feels terrible. It feels horrible. In fact, it's one of the worst feelings in the world. And the reason why it feels so shitty is because it's so not true. And if you've been feeling like you're not good enough, I just want to remind you of who you really are. You're a powerful creator. You're an individual expression of infinite intelligence that is incarnated on a rock, the third rock spinning from the sun. You're one of 500 million sperm that made it to the egg. And the moment you came into this world, you were a success. You already won the game. And instead of realizing you won the game and then creating your life from there, somehow someone convinced you that you needed to be more to become more, and you can't be more because that same intelligence that is expressing yourself through you is expressing itself through everyone. It's the same intelligence that makes the waves move, the earth go round, the sun shine, and you are it. And every day you get to wake up and decide what you want to powerfully create because you've been gifted with the most extraordinary technology in the world that's called the human being. This human being operating system that has a creative device, nothing like ever we've seen or will ever see in the history of the world again, which is the brain. Moment by moment, you think thoughts and that becomes your reality. You make decisions and life responds. And so your responsibility is to start looking at the decisions that you're making, to operate from a place of knowing you are a powerful creator, gifted with the capacity to have a powerful living experience, with the responsibility to begin stepping up and living your life fully instead of buying into this myth that you're not good enough because you are.
So Albert Einstein said, insanity, doing the same thing over and over again and suspecting a different result. And I'm going to ask, we all have been living, and me honestly, until recently discovering what I'm going to be teaching you guys today, I didn't understand. I was constantly trying to do the same thing, trying to achieve results, trying to break out, trying to make money, trying to be somebody. But it was constantly just holding me back. And reason I just discovered that it all starts in my mind. In my mind, it was a mess. And honestly, as I mentioned today in a Russian group, we just finished an hour ago, and I'm going to say the same thing here. I do not need to discover what's in your mind. All I need is just a couple weeks with you, and I'll tell you exactly what's in your mind. Because whatever is your reality is actually what's in your mind. If it's a mess in your reality in your life, it all started in your mind. By cleaning the mind, you can start changing your reality and making your reality a different place. And that is what we will be working in the next 10 days, trying to help you clean up everything in your head and start a new reality where you are successful, where you are the most powerful, and there's nothing that can take you down. So what we'll be doing today: course summary, discussing class rules. We will be changing personal introduction to tomorrow, quote of the day, and our first exercise, 200 smiles. So what is the eight pearls of wisdom? Eight pearls of wisdom is the most powerful charging device of positive energy on the earth. You probably do have a phone, and if you do not charge your phone, eventually it dies and it becomes useless to you. But if you keep it charging, you keep on that phone becomes a very valuable tool to you. You're able to reach the whole world with it. Same thing here. You need to stay plugged in. You need to work on yourself in order to achieve results. If you do not, you're just not going to receive the same thing like with the phone. You don't charge it, you don't get results. Same thing here. It's a charging system to positive energy on the earth, making it possible for everyone to develop a new higher level of consciousness and happiness. It's very powerful right there. So, why is this needed? A huge amount of people have lost the sense of life. Hey, down here we're going to say 350 million. I tell you, after a couple days in our class, you can start realizing the majority of humanity. Look around. Between 3 to 5% of people are making a million a year. What's happening with the rest of the people? What's going on? If you look around, majority of people are not happy. They're living from paycheck to paycheck. Majority of people do not even have a $10,000 in the bank account. This is how serious the problem is. So there's a purpose and a meaning. They lost their purpose and their meaning. World statistics tell us that 350 million people on the planet are living in depression and apathy. Guys, look around. People are just not happy. There's so many problems. My daughter came in today and she's like, my friend's parents are going through divorce. And I'm thinking about it, these people need to come to the class. These people need to get introduced to these eight pearls. Because I remember when me and my wife became to, and we went through this, first I went through myself, and then we went together. And I just remember how much me and my wife has changed. Just a couple months ago, we were thinking, what's next? How do we move forward? We couldn't figure out. It was just kind of like invisible energy trying to destroy us. And after just going through these pearls once with my wife, we changed. Right now, she's the most beautiful thing that's ever been created by God. I love her, and just I love her so much. And I tell you guys, same thing here. I see people's lives changing, and it's just amazing. So let's start. Let's talk about the eight pearls of wisdom. The pearl number one is 200 smiles. You know what? When a child, when children smile, they smile over 500 times a day. But maybe adults, we have a hard time to even squeeze out that one smile. When a child is being born, it comes out with a smile on his face. It's happy. It accepts the planet because it came to do something amazing. But as we move through the life, we start. Most of us we get discouraged. We start seeing that the reality is different. And I'm going to explain this process why. But it changes and we start going on a path of destruction. And today is my goal to help you recover, to help you see that happiness in life. Start seeing that excitement. Start seeing that you are capable to do literally anything what you came here to achieve. So the first exercise is 200 smiles, where we're going to charge ourselves with energy. We're going to start those smiling. We can start laughing for about 20 minutes every morning, setting a stage for the day. Because when we're going to do that, our life's going to be completely different. We're going to go on our daily activities, and they're going to be different. Some that problems and stuff. Yes, they're still going to exist, but they're not going to impact on. They're not going to weigh us down. And people around us, they will love to be around us because they're going to feel the positive energy that's coming out of us. Exercise number two is master of your thoughts. This is an amazing exercise. Somebody will say, wait a minute. You're telling me I can actually take control of my thoughts? Yes, you can. But you're saying, it's impossible. Let me ask you this question. You are able to discipline your child and get them to obey you. You're able to discipline your pets and get them to obey you. So you can also get your thoughts to obey you. The question is, who is you? Because thoughts are not you. The body is not you. Soul is you. But we're gonna go into that topic probably not today, probably tomorrow or some other day, where I'm gonna explain the whole process, who you are, and how the soul transitions through the life. So, but yes, we can. And what we're going to do, we're going to start doing a cleaning of the house. We're going to start destroying and getting rid of all those negative thoughts that come to you. And there's over between 50 to 80 million thousand thoughts coming to our head every single day. And if we start controlling that, we start building a new reality. And that is where we're going to start. So, exercise number three is a posture of the king and queen. This is amazing exercise. And there's a two reasons why it's amazing. First of all, you get to experience a new lifestyle, a style of a king and a queen for 24 hours. Second, when you create that posture, when you start building your spine, and that your spine column, and it's going to start developing stronger. Right now, signals going to travel through all your body. You can start becoming a very attractive man and a woman, where people gonna be want to be around you, be friends with you, because you know what? If you look around and go and watch rich people, every single one, they're confident. They're actually, have that beautiful, strong posture, and that is all where it starts. So we're gonna show you that. Exercise number four, we're gonna teach you how to be healthy. There's two parts to this exercise. First of all, it's actually hard. Second one is how to love the humanity, because end of the day, it's all about love. So we're gonna learn how to love humanity, and we're gonna learn how to bless the humanity by wishing every single person a happiness and a health and happiness. And that's how we're going to do that. And we are gonna have more details on that training on the fourth day. On the fifth day, we're gonna take control of our feelings. You know what? We maybe not all of us, but some of us have a problem with anger management. Some of us have a problem with we getting upset. Somebody has a problem with forgiveness, and many, 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 problems and feelings that we all have. And yes, in that lesson, we will teach you how to take control of your feeling, how to actually be successful, and actually have your feelings not to control you. So as you look at these five exercises, you're gonna start noticing a pattern. See, all these five exercises are focusing on keeping your mind clean. By doing a clean house in your mind, we're getting rid of everything that actually is destructive. But when we look at the scriptures, we can see find something that says, and when he came back and finds the house clean, he goes and gets a seven more angry than himself, and it becomes to be worse for that person it was before. So what we going to do on the day 6, we going to introduce audio training. This is actually where you're going to start filling up your mind with the positive words, with things that you need in your life right now. Where the things that are going to build you and make you a successful and a powerful person. And that is the key. So after we do the clean the house, we're going to fill the house with greatness. We're making you a very successful person. Now, exercise number 7, we're going to learn how to say no to negative information. See, we have taste, we have smell, we have sight, we have hearing, we have feeling and touches. All of these information is comes into our body, and we need to figure out what is good, what is bad. As we start understanding what is bad, we need to learn to say no. Second, we have a very fantastic tools called our phone. You probably have noticed in your life where you grab your phone to do something for 30 seconds. 30 minutes later, you're still on your phone. 3 hours later, you're still on the phone. Actually, 6 months ago, I created a new goal for myself because I was spending over 4 hours on phone and internet and a computer that actually was just literally taken away. And so my goal was to reduce it down to 30 minutes. Today, I got it down to about 3 minutes a day. That actually I'm being that time that is being taken from me. But a lot of us, the time is being taken a lot more than an hour or two. So we're going to learn not just to say no to the negative information. We're going to learn how to take back our time so we can actually reinvest our time into something more valuable, more creative that actually makes a difference in our lives and the lives around our people around us. And our final eighth pearl is our super goal. So, so you guys are probably not going to understand what I'm going to talk right now about because you still have so much stuff going on in your head. But here's the part is after you clean your house, after you fill your house, after you learn to say no to negative information, after you learn to take your time back, we're gonna ask you, what is your purpose? Why are you here? What you came here to achieve and accomplish? And tell you honestly, when you start, when you on your eighth day, you'll be at the level where you can be able to start understanding what you're here for, and things can start be happening in your life, and you're gonna say, you know what, I definitely want to do this and that. Also, on that day and night, we're gonna share every single one of us. We're going to share our super goal, and I'm going to as well share my super goal. And on our 10th day, we're gonna talk about what happens next. So, after taking the super jump course, will this miracles start happening for me too? That this really works? You guys probably say, really? Does it, Slavic? We can actually listen to testimonials, but I want to say, guys, yes, it does. I watched as we completed our 9 day course with our previous group, where I actually had three groups, one in English and two in Russian, as we finished up on last Thursday. And I watched as these girls they unfold. As they were nobody and they started becoming somebody. As they started blooming, as they started spreading their wings, as they started soaring the skies, as they started enjoying, you know, the things that they before thought it's impossible. Right now they started realizing how possible that is. It is so amazing to watch people as they grow. And that is the same thing. What I'm going to offer every single one of you is to come with me on this 10-day journey as I'm gonna help you expand your wings. I'm gonna help you become somebody. Help you become the most successful person. Where you're gonna say, you know what? Now I can literally accomplish everything that I literally want in life. That is how powerful this is. Give me a minute. Let me see. Okay, good. Have you learned to change your energy potential? So, yes, we're going to learn to become a different person. As we become a different person, the energy around us is going to change. Your mood's going to change. Your thoughts going to change. You will begin to change. And the world around you will begin to change. What does that mean? See, when we have this mess in our head, all of this stuff that's happening in our head actually attract that negativity to us. So other people that are similar to stuff that's in our head actually come to us and they repeat those problems that actually comes out. Because let's say we say in our mind, oh, we don't have enough of money. So what actually happens when you have enough of money in your bank account? And you say you don't have enough money, you attract problems. So right now, people come into your life and start bringing problems where you start spending those money that you have. So the reality is, whatever you said in your mind becomes a reality. You end up having no money. So when we start changing all that and we can start reprogramming your mind, where you're going to say, you know what? I have unlimited amount of money. but I'm choosing not to buy this today. Now we can start eliminating all these things in life. We can start eliminating those scammers, those other people that come into our life trying to destroy our life. They can just literally, we can start becoming invisible to them. And we can start becoming absolutely invisible to those people that actually are happy, excited. They're also at a better level, and those that are actually searching for help. And we can actually start and showing them help, showing them the way, as I am showing the way to you guys. I'm not going to share my story today, but I do want to actually turn on and and listen for some of these stories as these girls shared on their last day. Because I watched every single one of them and I seen them unfolding in front of me. This was an amazing opportunity for me. And I tell you guys, I want to do it more. I want to show this to the whole world. I want the world to see how easy it is to become successful in your life. So let's watch a couple of minutes as these girls give their testimonials.
I want to hear. We take the next couple more minutes, and I want to hear your guys' story. Um, how do you see how much the world have changed in the last 9 days? I'll start with Natalia.
I will not say world has been changed. My personality has been changed, and I start to be more active. I start to be more positive. Rubber band still with me, and I start to control my mind. I start to focus. I start to focus more, and world will be changed soon. I guess. Yes, I believe in it. And thank you. You gave us opportunity again to put on level what is important, what is not important. And especially at home, even I found that if someone asked me something to do, I said, wait a minute, I will finish this one, then I will transfer to another task. So it's kind of I become more organized person. So I love my changes. I hope I will continue to work on myself as well. Thank you, Slavik. You help us a lot. And it's definitely so. I agree with this girl because it's like to get information, motivation. We kind of I passed like Tony Robbins seminar. I'm most motivated person in the world, but details and actions is kind of I need help. I really need help. I don't want to create my way how to attract people, how to achieve goals. I need help on a beginner, and then I will take over and do what needs to be done. But all our mentors, they said, like, Natalia, just do it, we will help. No, when I will do it and I will find some way, I don't need your help. I need right now, and you kind of like with your lessons and trainings. So to be honest, like my mindset working differently. I'm working differently. I need your help. I don't need their help. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, what you have done. I love it. Thank you. Slavic, I really appreciate. Like, right now, it's come up in my mind. I remember it's like, oh, training, Tatiana again. It's like I had tons of trainings, and I was like, pray of God, like, please don't ask me, don't turn camera on or microphone on. I don't want to say anything. So after 200 miles, which I was driving to North Carolina, and I attend 3 classes, 2 Russians and 1 English in one day, I was like, listen, I want to turn camera on. I want to turn microphone on. I want to speak up. I want to share. I want to say it's awesome. Thank you so much. I was in my box. I didn't want to turn whatever. Right now, I don't care how I look like. Do you like me or not? No, I have my energy, which I would like to share. It's awesome. It's awesome. You transform people and you put in different way, and I think it's right way. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I think this was very beneficial when I came into this training. Like you mentioned, I had no clue what we're going to be doing, but after the 2 weeks, I was able to step back and realize what is my true focus supposed to be and where I need to go. The lessons every day, the age jewels, help me to look at myself differently, at my goals differently, and this um, coaching and mentorship will allow me to get myself to the next level and exceed my goal.
I haven't said thank you, Slavic, for everything. It's been really, really life changing experience for me. Um, made me more think of things more in depth, with more intention. And I really love it. And I have that energy, carry the energy. We had 4 people sign up yesterday, and we're very excited and animated. I have to do the class because I have to do it in Spanish, because we're gonna have a large group of Spanish people. So, but thank you so much for everything. It's been really, really great, and can't wait to see what's coming. Yes. Yeah. Like I said, it's just really like a mind awakening. Um. When I signed up on a Saturday, and on Monday I was in your class. So I'm very new. Um. And I have a lot of excitement. I'm very happy. And I think the class has helped me to look at things in very many different ways. There's some achievements already there, and but definitely recommended, definitely sharing it with others. And I think it's what it says is like a jump start. It's like when your car, the battery is not going, and you give it the electricity from another car, and it just keeps going. That's how I feel the energy from you has come to us. So I appreciate it very much, and I think it's something to continue just to share with others.
So, as you guys have heard testimonials from a couple of these girls, and they're just amazing. And Ruth, you have no clue how much easy it's going to be to you compared to all those people before you, because they all had it to do the hard way. You're getting a secret recipe. As I talked today with Joanne, and she's actually in another team, and she's like, I'm not sharing with them that I have a secret weapon, and you are my secret weapon. This is how grateful all this is. So let's look at the rules as we move forward. In our the super goal of the mission statement can be expressed consistently to stop the destruction of the nature, to stop the self-destruction of humanity through intellect training. To this is we must unite all forward-thinking people on Earth. For this reason, we prohibit the following topics for discussion. So, first topic, politics. During intellect training, we never discuss politics. Politics views are your own business, and we respect that. During intellect training, we do not discuss religion. During course of our training sessions, we don't even come close to the topics. I do apologize. I do break sometimes that rule. But if most of us do come in and we all in Christian surroundings, then and then, and a lot of people that I notice, they're like, oh, this is not biblical. So I'm trying to pull some scriptures to say, no, it is biblical. It's just that we never understood what it really meant when we read it. We respect your faith, but hey, if you are in a different religion, I do apologize, mention it, and I will for that session of classes I will stop, because end of the day we respect your faith and we want you to believe your belief is your own business. Please don't evangelize during classes. So guys, I'm trying not to evangelize. I'm just trying to support our training when I mention something out of a scripture. So, it's forbidden to convey negative information during classes. If you have a story that you would darken the mood, please keep it to yourself, as we are gathered here to help each other to grow and develop. So, some of you might find these things a bit silly, but remember, we are talking about reshaping our thoughts. I'm sorry, what others tell us and what we tell ourselves, whether it is true or not, over time we will begin to believe. So we want to introduce into your mind a new set of beliefs. So yes, as we start, uh, hearing things, eventually we start believing in those things, and when we start believing those things starts happening in our life. So this is powerful. So we want you to learn our mantra. Success and friendship are always with us. Wealth and happiness is the destiny we trust. And when I say I want you guys not just to learn, I want you guys to believe in it because that is the beginning of your path. You will begin your daily testimonies with this phrase. So you guys want you guys to learn this phrase and repeat it to yourself. When you wake up, repeat it. When you go to sleep, repeat it. When you're having a bad day, repeat it because end of the day, success and friendship are always with us. Wealth and happiness is the destiny we trust. You will end up the end your testimony and pass over the microphone to the next student by saying, I now pass this microphone over to John, a great intellect and a multimillionaire. Um, we say very highly successful, multimillionaire, person that changes the world. So there's a lot of different positive words that we can say into person's life as we transfer that mic because we want to build people up. We want them to start believing into what we're saying. So their reality start changing and becoming a very positive, strong reality. When we meet the next day to discuss the previous day experience, you'll be asking to speak for 2 minutes about your result. Depends on the size of the class and how many people in class. We try to get our first part is where we give feedback for our previous day lesson by within 30 minutes. So we can move on and have the remaining 30 minutes for our lesson number two, our next lesson. So that is actually the rules as we follow for the class. Now, we have a couple additional rules. And during the class, we keep our microphones on with no exception. You're in class, not hiding. Now, I will give you guys one permission. If you don't feel comfortable, if you're in bed, if you're working or the environment not in a pleasant situation, don't turn the microphone. But in the rest of the time, if you're okay, please turn the microphone because it's a lot easier for me as a teacher to see my students. Otherwise, I have to look at the list of you. Like right now, as I'm speaking and reading the screen, I look at the list of you guys because I cannot see your guys' faces. So you guys become names on the screen as what I'm speaking to. So we keep our mic muted unless we speak. So to respect to others, so they can actually hear what's being taught, as well as hear what others are saying. We keep our mics turned off unless we are speaking. We smile, creating positive and attractive environment. Nobody wants to come in and see somebody sad. That's why yes, number one exercise is our 200 smiles. So we learn to smile, we learn to laugh, and we bring that into the class. That's why it's number one course in our 10-day pearls. We support and uplift each other in classes and in chat. That means we give positive information. We pronounce positive things into their life because we want every person to win. We slowly up unpeel layer after layer until we expose the beautiful diamond underneath. Yes, every single one of you guys is a fantastic diamond. Every single one of you is something so precious. You came here to make so much. But with everything that's covering you up, with everything that's actually in your life, is just holding you back. And we, through these 8 pearls and 10-day course, we gonna start unpeeling until we bring that diamond back, until your wings expand, and until you can start soaring like that eagle. So this is actually our part number two is our 200 smiles. So we're gonna listen first to an audio recording of Vladimir Dobin. And here's actually something I want to actually share about Vladimir Dobin. Moses, again, out of a story, um, earned um, blessings, or actually, I don't know what would be the right word English, in front of God, where God actually used him to bring out Israelites out of bondage. The Vladimir Dobin have actually found mercy in God's eyes as well, and God have used him to bring these 8 pearls to us. From my point of view, it's probably the best thing that could happen to humanity in this 21st century because humanity needs it. Because if we don't embrace it, if we don't accept it, if we do not help to save the humanity in this world, we will not have a world to live in. So this is very highly needed. That's why every single one of you, when I speak into your guys' life, I speak power. I speak because I believe you guys are capable. You guys can become eagles. You guys can become the lions. You guys can become the most successful. I know because I've seen it happen. Ruth has seen it happen. It's power. And I want more and more people to experience that. So let's listen to that about 8 minute audio recording as Vladimir shares in his book this first exercise, 200 smiles.
While studying the benefits of smiles and laughter, I learned the history of the ancient Greek philosopher, Democritus. It's amazing to think of it now, that 2,500 years ago, this genius knew that everything was made up of atoms. Democritus went down in history as a laughing philosopher. Wherever drawing or likeness of him, he is always laughing. At that time, the average life expectancy on Earth was about 25 years. Democritus, thanks to laughter, lived to be 106 years old. Yet another proof positive of the use of laughter and smiles. I also want to express my personal gratitude to Ron Gutman, a scientist, a writer, a wonderful man who devoted years of his life to scientifically prove the benefits of laughter. Ron Gutman as a child dreamed of helping all mankind, dreamed of becoming a superhero who saved the world. You and I both know that thoughts become material. As an adult, the talented scientist, Ron Gutman, proved to millions of thinking people the great benefit of laughter. A team of scientists studying baseball cards came to the conclusion that the players depicted in the photographs who were smiling lived an average of 7 years longer than players who were depicted with sour, sullen, gloomy faces. Ron Gutman's research also proved, based on a large number of scientific facts and statistics, that children on average smile 500 times a day, while adults smile but 17 times. When we smile or laugh, our body is filled with oxygen, a large amount of hormones of happiness are released, we become much more creative and inventive, our performance is increased by 50%, and we are less tired. Consequently, we are able to do more, we become more effective in life. When we smile and laugh more often, our joy is transferred to our friends and loved ones, and they become 20% happier and more cheerful. Scientists have carried out the following experiment. In a room where there were people who were shown an actor wearing a sad face and not speaking, the mood among all the people in the room became melancholy within 3 minutes. When we smile and laugh with our family or our loved ones, the mood among all is lifted. When we frown or wear a sour facial expression, the mood falls. From the bottom of my heart, I want to thank Ron Gutman for his gift to humanity. Made in Kataria and Ron Gutman are real superheroes who have made our world kinder and brighter. I recommend that you watch Ron Gutman's presentations on the wonderful series, TED Talks. And now, dear friend, let's dive into a philosophical, strategic, and semantic analysis of the intellect exercise 200 smiles per day. To a shallow, superficial person, this exercise may seem primitive, simple minded, and silly. But a thinking person will easily understand that the exercise of 200 smiles per day is not just a source of positive energy, not just an energy charger, it is the key to happiness, prosperity, and health. The fact is that happiness is not a goal, but a way of life. Happiness is always within us. As Socrates said, every man has the sun, just let it shine. Happiness is something that each of us should develop every day and generously share with our friends, loved ones, and the whole world. One of the most serious misconceptions that most people have is that they believe that happiness needs to be achieved or earned, but the truth is that happiness needs only to be produced. As a generator produces electricity, so is a person obliged to produce as much joy, happiness, and laughter as possible, every day. One of the most important meanings of life on earth is to fill every minute with joy, smiles, and laughter. No one is going to do it for us. It's the sacred duty of us all to give the world 200 smiles every day, to laugh as often as possible. Engage your imagination and fast forward to 2 years from now. There are now 100 million intellect trainers. Super jump is practiced by billions of good, kind, hardworking people. Most people have realized that their laughter and smiles are required to enlighten our world. When people laugh and smile from their souls and their consciousness, they avoid negative thoughts and feelings. Don't fight anger, depression, hatred, resentment, and ingratitude. It's wiser not to take notice of them at all, but to focus your attention on generating positive emotions, laughter, and joy. The exercise, 200 smiles, is like a powerful lamp that you consciously use to turn on the power of super jump every day. One of our strategies is to artificially power a generator of happiness. The fact is that your brain does not distinguish between artificial laughter and natural laughter that occurs after you hear a funny joke or story. The number of hormones of happiness produced is absolutely the same. The amount of positive energy allocated is also the same. What does that mean? Imagine a man of ignorance who was compelled to be happy according to the rules of the world that we live in. First, he would finish school, then complete his studies at a brilliant university, then build a house, perhaps plant a tree, raise children, earn money, and engage in charity. When we look at the lives of such people who are living practically unconsciously, we realize that they in fact live their lives in misery, sadness, and desperate longing. In pursuit of happiness, they never catch up with it. In search of happiness, they never find it. Why? Because happiness is within us. Let's compare a person to an electric power generator. In order for the generator to put out the energy that we need to power the generator. When the generator rotates, it produces energy. A person as a generator creates a tremendous amount of positive energy, happiness and joy powered by 200 smiles a day. Imagine a dark room. When we were children, we were afraid of the dark. This is an innate fear passed down to us from our ancestors, who for thousands of years were afraid of the night, because at night predators are much stronger and more effective than humans. Fear of the dark comes from our ancestors. It is hardwired into our genes, our instincts. Imagine yourself as a small child standing at the entrance to a dark room. You are afraid to enter it, but once you click the switch and turn on the light in our instance being super jump, the light of happiness and joy drives away the darkness. In fact, to fight the darkness is foolish. To fight against depression, resentment, anger, all sorts of negative feelings, is very silly. It's simply wiser and much more effective to, with super jump, turn on as many light bulbs as possible. As soon as the light of knowledge and awareness shines forth, darkness runs away from it at a speed of 350,000 kilometers per second. The intellect exercise, 200 smiles per day, is a key part of the super jump system. Our system is such that we perform the exercises and observe ourselves objectively, turn on the higher person within us, and analyze how our energy, mood, and behavior models change during the exercises. Our entire lives have been a continuation of our feelings and thoughts, but once we include a higher person, who understands that our thoughts and feelings are not completely ours and can be easily controlled, we artificially begin with the help of 200 smiles, to forcibly and consciously control the muscles of the face. We begin to smile. At that point, our faces communicate these feelings which are produced. Our minds and consciousness are calmed and convinced that everything is super, everything is fine. If the face is smiling, it means, I'm a winner, I'm healthy, I'm confident. Even from artificially produced smiles, the brain receives a huge amount of positive energy, strength, and hormones of happiness. In fact, 200 smiles is a universal switch which constantly lights the lamp of happiness, the lamp of joy. This energy costs nothing, and with it the whole universe is permeated with good, positive energy. You only need to learn how to use it. In ancient Egyptian culture, great importance was given to subject of happiness. According to Egyptian mythology, before man was to enter heaven, he was always asked two questions. The first was, are you happy? The second was, have you made other people happy? I think that we can agree, dear reader, that there is great wisdom in these questions. The truth is that we first develop happiness within ourselves, and then this happiness helps us to achieve glory and prosperity. Most people live on a different principle. First I have to make money, build a house, raise children, and then I will be happy. But in fact, it's much wiser and more effective to produce happiness and energy with 200 smiles a day, and this happiness and energy will allow you to build your house even faster, to achieve satisfaction and prosperity. It's that simple. The complete wisdom and beauty of the intellect exercise, 200 smiles, can be expressed in four words. First happiness, then prosperity.
So let's look at the what is true purpose of life. Okay, person. Okay, so happy person does not get sick. A happy person is like a magnet, attracts good people, uh, happiness, wealth, luck. A happy person filled with huge amount of energy 15% of that energy extends to his surroundings. So let's say when you achieve happiness and you walk into a store, 15% of that energy that permeates from you will extend to those people around you in that store. And when they go home, they'll carry that 5% of that to their family and friends. So that is what how powerful that happiness is. And that's why, when we go out and we share it, we're changing people's lives. Every happy person is like a sun, full of energy, ready to warm everything in its path. All we need to do is develop that happiness that is inside of us. Do we have? um, Oh, we're not gonna watch it. I'll drop it in the group. So sometimes your joy is your source of smile, but sometimes your smile can be the source of your joy. Actually, we do have a little bit of time, so let's watch this video. Come on.
When I was a child, I always wanted to be a superhero. I wanted to save the world and then make everyone happy. But I knew that I need superpowers to make my dreams come true. So I used to embark on these imaginary journeys to find intergalactic objects from planet Krypton, which was a lot of fun but didn't yield much result. When I grew up and realized that science fiction was not a good source for superpowers, I decided instead to embark on a journey of real science to find a more useful truth. I started my journey in California with a UC Berkeley 30-year longitudinal study that examined the photos of students in an old yearbook and tried to measure their success and well-being throughout their life. By measuring the students' smiles, researchers were able to predict how fulfilling and long-lasting a subject's marriage will be, how well she would score in standardized tests of well-being, and how inspiring she would be to others. In another yearbook, I stumbled upon Barry Obama's picture. When I first saw his picture, I thought that his superpowers came from his super color, but now I know it was all in his smile. Another aha moment came from a 2010 Wayne State University research project that looked into pre-1950s baseball cards of major league players. The researchers found that the span of a player's smile could actually predict the span of his life. Players who didn't smile in their pictures lived an average of only 72.9 years, whereas players with beaming smiles lived an average of almost 80 years. The good news is that we're actually born smiling. Using 3D ultrasound technology, we can now see that developing babies appear to smile even in the womb. When they're born, babies continue to smile, initially mostly in their sleep, and even blind babies smile to the sound of the human voice. Smiling is one of the most basic biologically uniform expressions of all humans. In studies he conducted in Papua New Guinea, Paul Ekman, the world's most renowned researcher on facial expression, found that even members of the Fori tribe, who were completely disconnected from Western culture and also known for their unusual cannibalism rituals, attributed smiles to descriptions of situations the same way you and I would. So from Papua New Guinea to Hollywood, all the way to modern art in Beijing, we smile often and use smile to express joy and satisfaction. How many people here in this room smile more than 20 times per day? Raise your hand if you do. Oh, wow. Outside of this room, more than a third of us smile more than 20 times per day, whereas less than 14% of us smile less than five. In fact, those with the most amazing superpowers are actually children who smile as many as 400 times per day. Have you ever wondered why being around children who smile so frequently make you smile very often? A recent study at Uppsala University in Sweden found that it's very difficult to frown when looking at someone who smiles. You ask why? because smiling is evolutionary contagious and it suppresses the control we usually have on our facial muscles. Mimicking a smile and experiencing it physically help us understand whether a smile is fake or real so we can understand the emotional state of the smiler. In a recent mimicking study at the University of Clermont-Ferrand in France, subjects were asked to determine whether a smile was real or fake while holding a pencil in their mouth to repress smiling muscles. Without the pencil, subjects were excellent judges, but with the pencil in their mouth, when they could not mimic the smile they saw, their judgment was impaired. In addition to theorizing on evolution in the origin of species, Charles Darwin also wrote the facial feedback response theory. His theory states that the act of smiling itself actually makes us feel better rather than smiling being merely a result of feeling good. In his study, Darwin actually cited the French neurologist Julien Duchamp, who used electric jolts to facial muscles to induce and stimulate smiles. Please don't try this at home. In a related German study, researchers used fMRI imaging to measure brain activity before and after injecting Botox to suppress smiling muscles. The findings supported Darwin's theory.
I'm not sure why video stopped playing, but you guys can actually watch it at the end. So, and here's our mantra one more time so you guys can remember: success and friendship are always with us, wealth and happiness is the destiny we trust. Here's actually something that I want to add to the smile course that we have today is we smile for about 20 minutes. So what we do is we start off and we say and we start repeating that and repeating and laughing. So what I would do actually, I would put a timer on my phone or something, and I would laugh. Honestly, if you're doing it by yourself, it's a lot harder. But if you find somebody to smile with and laugh with, the energy that goes between you as you guys look at each other and as you guys are laughing, it starts charging, and that fake laugh within 30 seconds to a minute, it becomes a real laugh where you guys start laughing and laughing and laughing, which that laugh can extend into a night and then the next day and continue guys laughing and laughing. I have a friend who we started laughing when we left it after end of the course, and then I called him the next day and he said, I'm still laughing from the yesterday. That's how powerful it is. So what we do, we started off with in the morning to set that new tone, that new success. And tomorrow we'll discuss how you guys did the laughter. Now, I want to actually share something with you guys about how we're going to proceed because today the course was free, but I want to actually show you guys how you guys can take part in the remaining 7 joules in remaining and 9 days of this class. Every day the class will be at the same time for 1 hour, and we try to stay as hard as possibly to the close to that 1 hour as we can, so we don't turn that class into 2 3 4 hours. So but let me show you guys what we do and how do we. There it is. What you guys can do to join us for the remaining part of the 9 days. So when you guys go to my website, slavicd.com, that's SLAVICD.com, you'll come to this page and you can click on enroll home and then enrollment, or you can come down to this piece right here and enroll into 10-day course or just register, whatever you choose. They're all going to take to the same place. And what you're going to do is, why it's not opening? I do have internet, right? So you're going to come to this form where you're going to fill out your name, your email address. Very important to include your phone number, because if I have any questions and I need to get hold of you, I need to, understand the situation. I'll need that phone number. Now, next part, you're going to choose one of the three options. Option one is where you're going to pick this 10-day course, which is $30. Option two is a one-time access of one-time a monthly fee of $100 where you're gonna get access to all my trainings in English. Option three is voluntary donations where you can go in, and so pretty much the rule is on donation will immediately get access to the next training that I do for the 10 days. Anybody that donates $100 or more gets access to a full month of all the trainings that I do. Now, second part is right here. You're going to pick the way you're going to pay. So if you're going to pay through PayPal, there's a link right here that you can click and make a payment that's going to take directly to my PayPal. If you're going to do pay with Cash App, here's my handling as well as there's a link to Cash App. If you're going to pay with Zelle, here's information. Now, if you are personally invited by me, including Ruth, you're going to select the Super Jump and you're going to click and you're going to fill out the form. And I'll contact you and take you through the second step. And there's that voluntary option as well. And then you're going to fill out all this information. You're going to include also those of you that are invited by Ruth, you're also going to select Super Jump, but you're not going to click on this link. Ruth will provide you her link. So if you're invited by Ruth, do not click on my link. Just select Super Jump, and Ruth will provide you with the link. Now you're gonna add the number amount, which is here's 15 plus 8, which is gonna be right now what 23, and you're gonna hit submit. When you hit submit, it's gonna take you to a Telegram page for you to join the group. Please join that group because in that group is where I'm going to check your payment, or if you're with Ruth, I'll verify that with Ruth that everything went through, and then I will add you to the group, and you will have access to all our training as well as all additional material that after each training that we add into the group. So that is how you get to take part with us in this training for the next 10 days. I do apologize. There was a lot of information we had to go through today, but information was grateful. It's going to be a lot more relaxed tomorrow, and you guys will be able to, you know, introduce yourself to the group and you'll be able to move forward. So I want to say thank you for coming down. I see Ruth on the screen. So, Ruth, hello. Nice to have you back. And go ahead, fill out that form as well so I can get you in and before you can start getting your people enrolled as well. And tomorrow I do have to work in the morning, but I will be back in the office afternoon around 4. So I'll start getting you guys into the groups and getting you guys going. So be blessed. Take care. Thank you.
Recording